Howdy gamers, today I'm going to tell you about the blood games Hemet Nessingwary is running in Sholazar Basin. He blackmailed me into participating and I need to expose what he's doing. So today I'll tell my story about how I became blackmailed by Nesingwary, carried out unspeakable acts, and how I found redemption. It started in Dalaran. I was walking down the street when a strange man offered me a free helicopter ride.
You like popsicles?
I thought, wow, this is awesome, and I took him up on the offer. I fly into Sholazar Basin for a relaxing ride, but then I am attacked and shot down. After waking up from my crash, I get my bearings and follow some torches, and they lead me to Hemet Nessingwary's camp. I introduce myself to the people in the camp, and they all have a blood-crazed look in their eyes.
Kill!
Recognizing me as the hero of Azeroth, they tell me they have use for me. I need to help them with what they call rivals to the north. So I head up and I kill what appears to be park rangers and I steal their stuff. I head back to camp and they're impressed with my work. They ask me to take out some animals in the area that have been harassing them. So I'm sent out with a list of things to kill. They seem like a trustworthy sort, helping me after I crashed, so I continue to help them. They want me to kill 15 rhinos, 15 crocolisk, and 15 dread sabers, and I head out and begin the carnage. But I begin to have some horrifying flashbacks to Stranglethorn Vale while I do this. Something just doesn't seem right about what I'm being asked to do. I take down to 45 animals and head back to camp with the evidence. Hemet says that I might be able to actually find the ancient pack leaders for these animals. He sends me out to begin investigating the locations of the pack leaders. I gather viper fangs for this fishman so I can find the ancient rhino's location. I follow some tracks to find the ancient cat's location, and I gather some of this grass to help lure out the ancient crocolisk. I head back to camp with all my info and he decides to put on a celebration before the great hunt. He is drooling slightly and everyone is looking mad. But I go grab some giraffe steak things and make some fruit into moonshine. And the next day I'm sent out to take out these ancient animals. I tell Hemet I don't think this is right, but he says,
Blood for the blood god!
So I head out and I attract the great white crocolisk and kill it. I locate the great rare cat and kill it. And I head up to the elder rhino and kill that. I bring the trophies back and he starts screaming and cheering, frothing at the mouth. Everyone in camp is letting out howls of celebration. He says he has another game for me to play to kill even bigger prey. I tell him I'm really not feeling okay with this. I'm gonna go head back to Dalaran. Then he blackmails me. He says he'll report me to the park rangers and have me arrested for killing all this wildlife. But if I do this for him, he'll destroy the evidence. Reluctantly, I head up to the home of some very ancient proto-drakes. First, he has me kill a number of adults and steal the children to turn into soup. Then I head up to the broodmother, a very large, aged proto-drake, potentially thousands of years old, and he tells me to do it. So I do it. I take her down and bring her head back as a trophy. Hemet howls with excitement and hands me a radio earpiece. He tells me I'm the best recruit he has ever had and the blood god will be pleased. But he isn't done with me yet. He's also stolen my wallet and will steal my identity if I don't continue to help. I'm in a bind. I ask him what he wants, hoping to bring an end to this. He says he's heard of 2 small tribes of sentient humanoid animals in the zone, but he doesn't want to just kill them. He wants to start a race war that will last for generations. And I need to instigate it. First, I head to the Wolvar, a type of wolf people. I ask them, what can I do to earn your trust? And they tell me murder will help. I can hear Hemet over the radio licking his lips. I help the Wolvar kill a bunch of monkeys and bugs, then I gather up some chickens for them, and I finally kill a big worm, and they say they will trust whatever I have to say with just that little bit of effort. I tell them the fish people are planning an attack and we need to strike first. And unfortunately, their tiny, tiny brains believe it immediately, and we head out. I surf on this crocolisk over to the fish dudes, and I begin to set the zone alight with war. I put on a nice walrus disguise to help hide my true identity, and me and the wolves kill dozens of fish folk and desecrate their shrines in the area. After this slaughter, I head back to Wolvar Town and let them know to begin mobilizing their forces. This buys me a little bit of time to get to the fish people and get them frenzied. Fortunately, they are way simpler to please. I just collect some shiny treasure for them and kill some snakes. and the oracles are ready to go to battle. So I put on my walrus disguise once more and head into a Wolvar camp, and we take down dozens of Wolvar. With blood shed on both sides and war beginning, Hemet tells me to go north. This is where the Scourge have flooded over the walls of Icecrown into the zone. He's practically screaming into his mic with joy
Blood! Blood!
and tells me to head into a cave and take out a lich. Upon doing this, I'm forced to pick a side: wolf people or fish people. Is this just part of Nessingwary's game of tormenting me? I end up choosing the fish people, but the damage is already done. That war will burn for generations in the Great Hunter's name. But once I head out of the cave, some giant Karen starts yelling at me. This avatar of Freya is pissed that we have killed hundreds of animals and started a war. I tell her about the blackmailing, and she says she'll take care of all of that if I help her to redeem myself from my sinful behavior. Otherwise, she'll delete my World of Warcraft account, and I have no choice. So with Hemet screaming into his mic, I crush the radio and begin redemption. First, she has me hunt Scourge in the immediate area. Then I head over to this giant destroyed pillar and absorb some lifeblood energy from elementals. I head back to her and she returns my wallet and says she's talked to the rangers and I'm clear, but I still need to atone for my sins. I head to the top of this giant blown up planet pillar and find a cultist corpse. They're clearly trying to blow up all of the pillars in the zone, and I need to prevent this. I decimate a cultist camp, and then I head to the top of the next tower to stop the next bomb. Upon heading back to her, she says we need to stop the Scourge entry once and for all. So we need to find a super weapon. I get sent far to the west of the zone to turn on this switch in this tower. Then I get sent far to the east of the zone to do the same in this really neat Vault of Archimon knockoff. I activate the switch in here, and then I head back to my new big green nature mommy. She says we are ready to get the weapon, and she sends me to a giant portal in the bottom of the zone that takes me to Ungoro Crater. I kill a cultist for the weapon, and I head back to the avalanche. I use this weapon, and it turns me into a giant titan guy that can shred these Scourge. 200 Scourge and 3 bosses to be exact. But he is super slow, and it's just faster for me to use my claws because I'm level 70 in a level 35 zone. So I kill everything in sight, head back to Freya, and I get the achievement for the zone. And she frees me of my duty, forgives me for what I've done here, and upon flying out of the zone after a wacky adventure, I see blue and red lights and hear sirens in the distance heading for Hemet's camp. And that's how I was blackmailed into joining Nessingwary, but eventually found redemption. I hear Nessingwary is locked up in the Violet Hold, now awaiting trial. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to see more. And on the screen now should be some more delicious content to indulge in. I love y'all, and I will see you on the next Achievement Man.